Alright, so this is going to be the 250-foot dead load that replaces the 250 pre-connect on the back. And we're going to, with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the middle. You can see the bay, or the bed's in the middle here, and the reason for that is because we want this access area with all these steps up and give us access to be able to pull with the bottle on in this position, same as the 2.5. And so we'll talk just a little bit about some of the different pieces of loading this, and we'll also talk about this little marking here for to have the hose recessed so that we can get our hand in there. The finish for this load is going to be a 100-foot modified Minuteman, and we'll talk about that too. So you can see that we have 150 feet on the ground. It's going to start with the female coupling, and then we also have a separate 100-foot that we're going to need to load with the male first. So we'll start with the female. We're going to dead load it. So just to show everybody that it's not pre-connected in, we're going to put it flush with the bed there, and then we're going to start loading it back all the way to the back of the hose bed. Our first, go ahead and stop for just a sec. Our first flap that we're going to put in is going to be in line 6 inches away from the end of the hose bed. The reason for that is because when we do put the finish on, that's going to come out past all the way kind of flush with all these other ones. We want a place to put our hand in to grab the nozzle, which will be here, to pull the hose out. So you want to start your flaps back in line with the 6-inch line right off the hose bed. The second flap, hold on for just a sec. That second flap, as you can see it, is going to also be in line with that. It's sitting right on top of that dead female coupling, and the same reason is because we want these recessed back. All right, we can keep loading. Alright, so you can see we're going to load into start the 150-foot stick here. So when we do that, we'll let it sit back where it's comfortable back there. But as soon as we do that, we're going to put a loop, and it's going to be about the size of a glove, and it's going to come out flush with the hose bed. And that's going to be to indicate where that 150 piece is. We'll just keep loading it recessed right after that. Hose. All right, cut for a sec. All right, so we're at the end of the 150-foot piece of hose. This male coupling is actually going to go up inside. I'm going to pass it off to James in the back here, and we'll start with the modified Minuteman.
Where'd you like it at, Andy?
Right there.
Right there?
Yep.
So it doesn't, you want to keep it all straight? Now did you, at this point?
We went over like this.
Yeah. You want it to be out?
Yep. Hold. You gotta do it back there though?
Bring it all the way, yeah.
Okay, so. Alright, so when we get to the part where we got a 50-foot finish loaded, what we want is we want this to be flush with the top, so we're gonna steal a little bit from that bottom one, bring it all the way back up to the front, and get it flush with the front, and then we're gonna need enough tail down there. Engineer Barr's got enough tail with that female there where it holds tight to the finish, but we're gonna be able to get the male in here to connect it to that last piece, just like our hotel packs loaded. So now we have the first 50 feet loaded. We're gonna hand up again the male back to the back, and we're gonna connect it from the back. The male's coming in, it's gonna get connected to that piece, that tail that we had down there, and we're just gonna continue loading the last 50. Again, the next piece of hose is going to come right out to the front again. Alright, so now we got our finish done. So this is the second 50 of the finish. First 50, second 50. That's going to get connected into the 150 flat load that we originally loaded. Now as you can see, this is basically like our hotel pack sitting inside the hose bed, and it's connected to another 150 feet of hose below it in a flat load. So if you deploy this, now you have another 150 feet you're able to take with you. And we've got that 150 foot indicated by that loop that's in the front here. Okay, so when we put the nozzle in, we made sure that the tip of the nozzle is with the end of the hose bed. We actually have it, you can see that 6-inch marks back there, and it's basically the bail where the bail or the bail of the nozzle and the Allen wrench screw in there is matched up with that 6-inch mark, and that's just so we can get our hand in here and grab this nozzle when we want to pull this hose load out.